with a bang.
Welcome to the 10th anniversary season of MasterChef. Wow, it's the kind of dish that I see in the top 10. Absolutely stunning. This is the best auditions we've ever seen over a decade of this competition. Let's go, baby!
This truly was a season of celebration.
You may kiss your gorgeous bride. Here we go.
But we pushed our home cooks to their limits.
It's one of the ugliest dishes I've ever seen.
Oh, what happened to these? What's going on?
Yeah, you ruined them.
Kind of reminds me of like a decomposing corpse.
What?
You're not ready to go home.
No, I'm not. Look at our station. Oh, my God.
Stop the clock.
Kidding me?
Put on your blindfold.
This can't be real.
Come on, Dorian!
I'm actually gonna have a stroke.
Ah, you burned me.
Don't shut down, Sam.
Happy to be safe up here.
And had some incredible moments.
Welcome to MasterChef.
One of the best macaroons I've ever tasted.
I would love to sell a box of these to one of my stores.
It's hard to distinguish this from the original. One of the best risottos in 10-year history of MasterChef.
This competition has completely changed my life.
Chef Morimoto.
Alessandra Ambrosio.
Grant Atkins.
Daphne Oz, a true beast in the kitchen.
And for the first time ever, we went to London.
Oh, my God.
That's not undercooked. It's ice cold. Finish strong, please. Let's go.
Yes, Chef.
Service, please. Let's go. Last table, red team. Well done. Clear down. Congratulations. Well done.
Now, only 3 home cooks remain. And shortly, just one will be crowned America's next MasterChef.
Excellent. Let's see, bud. Thank you. Good evening. Wow. Welcome, everyone, to our incredible Season 10 Grand Finale. This has been our most epic season ever.
You're about to see the best 3 home cooks in America. And they're all going to be doing battle right here under the bright lights of the MasterChef Kitchen Arena.
It's time to welcome our 3 amazing finalists.
First up, we have a 45-year-old factory worker from Georgia. Please welcome Dorian.
I never thought in a million years I would be in the MasterChef finale. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this since I was a little girl. Now I'm standing in the finale, and it's the beginning of the rest of my life. Life before MasterChef was very tough. When I was working at the carpet factory, the first thing that would come into my mind just driving up is that I didn't want to be there. It wasn't what I wanted to do. Cooking is where I find my freedom. So the moment I got my apron,
Let's get this on.
I could not believe a dream was actually coming true. Mommy got an apron! Throughout the competition, I've unlocked dishes that are in me that I didn't even know I had. Beautiful.
OMG.
You're a living testament to what we're trying to get accomplished in this competition.
And I'm a totally different person than I was when I walked into the MasterChef kitchen.
If you'd said to me 2 months ago that you'd be plating like this, I'd never believed you.
It looks like something that we would do at Alinea.
It won't get any better than that.
When you go home, you realize how important the win is. I look around at my children and I look around at my home and I just think of how much more I want for me and my family. Going into the finale, I want to be true to the flavors and the ingredients that I grew up with. This is a very personal menu for me. My mom has always been my inspiration, and this menu is my tribute to her.
Mom, are you going to win MasterChef?
Yes, I'm going to win MasterChef. My dream to have my own restaurant is right at my fingertips, and it doesn't have to stay a dream now. I'm not going back to being a creoler. I refuse to let that be my end. My end is going to be when...
Next, a 22-year-old Harvard student from Rhode Island, Nick.
It means everything to be here in the finale. I feel fortunate that I've had so many things in my life that I would count as big successes, but at the same time, a lot of those had nothing on getting that white apron. I came into this competition as a simple-minded home cook. And being here has...
You have something that is somewhat common, presented in a very...
That's a lot. For me to pause school, it was a bold move, but one that I would definitely do again. Want to measure? I've followed this very sort of traditional path in academics all through my life. But on the back burner, all this time has been food. And I'm taking this as seriously as I would the biggest exam of my life. So I've been practicing pretty religiously for this.
How was that?
That's really good.
We're very proud that Nick does not hesitate to follow what he loves.
I've tried to push the needle in every way possible in this whole competition. The finale is no different. In fact, I think I'm bringing it up a whole nother level here. Figuring out my menu, I think the biggest things that went through my mind were, how should I shape this into something that tells my story? I want to do a menu that sort of describes my collegiate life because that's a big part of who I am. It's a risk, but to win, you have to take these sort of risks. This meal could change my life.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, a 31-year-old former Army interrogator from San Diego. Please welcome Sarah.
Coming back into the MasterChef kitchen, it's really just a dream come true. And I feel like every step in my life has led to this exact moment. I grew up in a really poor family, so it was either you get scholarships or you join the military. The military toughens you. And coming into this competition with that mentality has given me a huge advantage.
You've nailed Araka lamb. It's the kind of dish that I see in the top 10.
My journey in this MasterChef kitchen, it has been such a roller coaster.
You're in charge of the chicken station. Stay focused on that. Buta, you help Kim with the chicken.
Copy.
But overall, it's been the most gratifying thing that I've ever done.
That is perfection.
I've never seen such a beautiful, artistic piece of fried chicken.
What does the frog say?
Good job.
Great job. It's crazy how fast kids grow, so it was really hard being away from them. But the thing that will make it worth it is winning this thing. These finale dishes are really near and dear to my heart because I'm bringing my family into the MasterChef kitchen with me. My husband's a sommelier, so my menu is based off of classic food and wine pairing.
I can't tell you how proud I am. You've transformed through this entire experience. Cheers.
Cheers to winning MasterChef.
To the next MasterChef.
I'm ready to take this thing as far as I possibly can. This is not a moment I can let slip through my fingers.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, congratulations to all three of you on making to the incredible finale. Welcome to the biggest cook of your entire lives. Dorian, you're the oldest contestant ever in the finale. How are you feeling right now?
Being the oldest in the finale just lets you know that you never give up. You just keep pushing forward, it'll happen.
Nick, you are the youngest competitor that's ever been in the finale at 22. I've seen you push the creative envelope all season long. Will your menu reflect that this evening?
Absolutely, Chef. Yeah, the creativity, I try to push it as hard as I can, and I'm going to keep doing that.
Sarah, you've admitted that you were underestimated in the beginning of this competition.
I mean, I've been underestimated for my entire career. People don't look at me and think I was in the military, but, you know, I'm here to bring my A game.
All of you, you're not here alone. Your friends and family are here to give you all their love, all their support. Now, Dorian, you have your husband Charles here, your sons and your daughter.
Charles, welcome back, sir. Any last words of encouragement?
Dorian, go out and do it. God is with you. Your family's with you. We love you.
Thanks.
Of course, Nick, you have your parents here, Chris and Sudi, and your brothers. Chris, it's every parent's nightmare when your child leaves Harvard to go and pursue a job in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's made it clear this is his dream, and he wanted to follow it, and we wanted to support that. I think he's really found his direction.
Sarah, you have your husband, Michael, your mom, and kids.
So, Michael, all alone, 3 kids under 3. The sergeant's gone. You are in charge of the platoon. You look exhausted. Does she have what it takes to deal and to cook in this immense pressure of this finale tonight?
I've never met anybody who's dealt with more pressure in their life. She can handle anything.
As well as your wonderful families here to support you. Give it up for season 10 contestants up on the balcony.
And previous MasterChef winners.
Go, guys.
Well, everyone, this is season 10. So, for the winner, we have our biggest prize package ever.
You know that you'll get the title, right? You'll get the trophy, and of course, $250,000. But that happens every season.
This season, one of you will also win a complete, top-of-the-range, state-of-the-art, stunning Viking kitchen. Win here, and your kitchen back home will truly be worth of a MasterChef. And you'll get the greatest prize of all, because for the first time ever, 10 seasons, the winner of MasterChef this year will get to train in each of our restaurants. Trust me, that is a prize that money truly can't buy. There's only one thing standing between you and winning all of that. A perfect 3-course meal. 1 stunning appetizer, an incredible entree, and then a beautiful dessert.
Please tell us about your menu. Dorian, we'll start with you.
My menu is inspired by the homage of my mother in Georgia.
I'm taking components of my mother's cooking and I'm telling a story of her.
Beautiful. Nick?
So my menu follows a college theme. It's pretty fun, playful. And then I have a lot of sort of family background influences in there.
Sarah?
So my menu is inspired by my husband, who's a sommelier. And the dream is to open a set-course food and wine pairing restaurant in San Diego.
Listen, they sound amazing, ambitious, and definitely risky. Big question is, can you pull it off?
It's time to start the appetizer round.
Now, listen closely. You'll have just 1 hour to make your appetizers. 1 for each judge. That's 3 total.
You know what's at stake tonight. Everything. Let's have 60 minutes on the clock, please. Right, Sarah, Nick, Dorian, you 3 ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your 60 minutes start now. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Do it. Woo.
These are the 3 best cooks this season, period, hands down.
Scallops.
I really want Dorian to win because she is incredibly talented. She needs to stay true to who she is, but bring it at 1,000. The carrots. Shoot. Oh, man.
I'm totally Team Nick. I just think he's everything a chef should be. Just really pushing the boundaries, and I think he just really brings something new to the table.
Excuse me.
Sarah, her ideas that she's going to be bringing tonight are really bold. I think she is ready to try to take this trophy.
Here we are, season 10, guys. 3 amazing, talented home cooks. This is going to be a cook-off like no other.
The pressure is higher than ever. They gotta aspire to be where those past winners are right now.
Never had a man, goosebumps. I know, man. I know.
Let's go, Dorian.
This is the culmination of season 10. Our biggest, our brashest, our most twist-filled season.
Yes.
Okay, come.
5 minutes to go.
I've cooked in the finale before. These guys got to be on point. They got to make sure that they do everything with precision, and they got to be ready to execute. Every mistake counts.
Okay, young lady, give us an inside the dish.
I'm doing scallops with corn, Swiss chard and bacon, and a cornmeal tuile. Growing up, my mom would make greens, fresh corn. That crunch from the cornmeal tuile is going to give you that sense of her good cornmeal crusted fried fish.
Sounds amazing.
Yes.
How are you going to elevate your appetizer better than the two standing behind you?
It's something that you haven't seen from me. It's bright, it's fresh, because I wanted you to see the elevation of my dishes.
Right.
And this dish is going to set the stage for my next dishes.
Promise?
I promise.
Good girl. Sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Well done.
You got this, Dorian. Okay, Sarah, what are you doing?
Making braised octopus and homemade chorizo.
Is it worth the risk and the time to make a chorizo?
I mean, this is the MasterChef finale, and I'm here to win it.
Yeah, sweetheart. There's a lot of jeopardy in that pan because just because you made it doesn't mean it's better than the one in the store. Secondly, we all know that you could easily boil octopus in an hour, then grill it, and it comes out perfect. Double jeopardy in braising the octopus. Why?
My husband took me out on Mother's Day, and I tried octopus, and it was flash fried. So because I loved it so much, I wanted to share it with you guys.
That's a huge octopus.
Yeah. She better just use the bottom of those tentacles.
Yeah.
Sarah, good luck because you have a lot of cooking to do.
I do. Thank you, Joe.
All right, baby. Looking beautiful. There you go, Nick. Looking perfect.
All right, Nick, talk to me about your dish.
My appetizer is called beer pong, and it's an umami-dusted soft-shell crab, palm souffle, and a tomato party cup.
So let's address the elephant in the room, okay?
What's that?
The palm souffle.
Yes, chef.
It takes chefs a very long period of time to be able to master this technique. Do you feel it's going to have a place on your dish?
It's going to be the ping pong balls for my beer pong.
Gotcha. Beer pong. We don't have that back there south of the border. What the hell is beer pong?
I'm no extraordinaire, but basically you got teams and you just toss ping pong balls into cups.
All right, so what are you worried about here, Nick, that can potentially go wrong?
The palm souffle are pretty hard, but if I can do that, I'm pretty free and clear.
Go for it, okay? You can do it.
Time is flying, y'all. Time is flying.
Halfway, guys. 30 minutes gone. 30 minutes remaining. Sure. Now, Dorian's dish. That sweet corn puree, those amazing roasted base scallops. Very simple, but too simple?
No, not at all. I think there's so many potential things that can go wrong. You got to make that corn puree silky and sear that scallop the right way.
A lot of jeopardy because it looks easy, but not so easy.
Yo, this corn is giving me a mess. Yeah.
Beautiful, sweetheart. You got it.
And then Sarah's braised octopus. That dish sounds amazing, but can you really braise octopus in that short period of time tonight?
My question is Sarah making the right decision to make her own chorizo? It might even be less good than the chorizo we buy at home.
We'll see.
Here we go, Nick.
Now, next dish, the beer pong. I mean, the dish sounds super complicated, and then, of course, palm souffle as well.
Palm souffle is very difficult because of the technique involved with it. The question is, can he execute it?
So what happens if one of those elements go astray and he's not able to include them? So the concept of beer pong now becomes null and void.
You have to execute beer pong.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Nick is scatterbrained right now.
Yeah.
How's that chorizo tasting?
Really good. Beautiful, Sarah. Beautiful.
Teach me something, Dorian. I'm still learning.
Guys, I'm concerned. Dorian is starting to cook the scallops way too early.
15 minutes too early.
You got it, baby.
Dorian,
Yes.
you have 25 minutes remaining.
Yes, 25
And you're
minutes.
cooking the scallops already.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This dish is very intricate in my plating, and I can't wait till the very, very last minute to cook my scallops because I want them to get a really good sear. The longer in the pan, the better the sear. Now I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'm going to add my favorite ingredient,
What's that?
butter.
Butter.
There it goes. Good luck.
That looks amazing, Dorian.
Doing great, Sarah.
Those are better cockroach balls.
Is that right?
When I see all the processes that Nick is taking to create this dish, it's a lot.
For every one palm souffle, it takes at least 8 or 9 goes to get one.
He's innovating. No one's done palm souffle before. Come on, Nick!
Yeah, come on. Are you kidding me?
I think he's had a couple miscues. He's going back into the fryer to try to get that perfected.
I'm either really impressed because it's so complex and so intricate, or I'm really afraid he's not going to get it done.
I'm nervous because each pomme souffle has to be treated really carefully. If they don't puff, this doesn't actually represent what I want it to represent. So this could be a really big disaster.
Oh, my God.
How's going on?
Come on. Nick is done.
That's right.
The MasterChef Junior live tour is coming in October.
Come on. Nick is done.
That's right.
15 minutes to go. Come on.
Really afraid he's not going to get it done.
Let it puff, let it puff.
Oh. Well, he's taking out those pomme souffle now, see?
Perfect.
Sarah is frying octopus after it's been braised.
I've never seen anyone throw it in the fryer, so that's unorthodox.
But why not grill it?
Like every restaurant in the world does.
Is she frying? Scary.
Keep it up. You got this, Nick.
No frazzle, no frazzle.
Dorian, your composure is exceptional.
Dorian scallop. She's got a nice sear on them.
The problem she's going to have now is the temperature from the scallop. They need to be identical.
Dorian, those look awesome. To die for.
5 minutes to go. Here we go. Come on.
So Nick's now very carefully pulling those cups out, the cylinders. But look how delicate that is, and he hasn't got a spare one, so he can't afford to break one of those.
You got to be perfect.
Oh, my God. 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 Oh, my God.
There you go, Nick. Go, Nick. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Look at that.
Last 30 seconds to go.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. You got it, Nick.
There you go, Nick.
Ooh, I am obsessed with Sarah's plates.
Good.
Look at Nick's hand shaking, lifting those over. Sarah's hand is shaking as well. My God, the nerves are getting to them, guys.
This is where you need to compose yourself.
10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 5, 4, 3, 1, start.
Wow, that was very exciting.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful, guys.
Great job.
Sarah used every minute.
That was a tough cook, and this is the highest stakes we've had in the kitchen yet. And I just had to stay focused on getting everything done as quickly as possible.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, what an amazing performance. Now, for the most exciting part of our jobs, to taste those incredible appetizers. This sets the stage for the entire meal. Let's see how well you did.
I know, I'm so nervous for them.
The first thing that we want to taste is Nick's. Please bring a dish.
I took a lot of risk in making such a complex dish, but if I want to win, it's kind of a risk that I have to take. I mean, there's not much left after this. You either win or you go home. So there's a lot riding on this.
Please, Nick, tell us what you made.
So my dish is called beer pong. It's an umami-dusted soft-shell crab with pomme souffle, a green tomato and caper relish, and then a tomato party cup.
And Nick, let's get one thing clear. You know how to wow. Let's get that right, because the dish looks stunning.
You know, when you make highly conceptual food, you have a great responsibility to follow through on all aspects of the dish. Everything on the plate has a story. It's beer pong, right? So this is the cup, those are the pongs. This is you after playing beer pong, I would imagine, so. But when I look at this dish, my question is this. Do I really want to eat a piece of toasted bread when I have a beautiful soft-shell crab? I'll tell you after I try it.
Here's the fascinating thing about the way you cook. You practice on a tightrope with no safety net. And so I have to then remove the gimmicks and get back to the heart. The hero's the crab is absolutely delicious. I mean, you fried it beautifully, it's crisp. There's
elegant. I love the relish. And the articulation of getting slices of potatoes to souffle into these small, beautiful little discs and stay crisp by that, it's mind-blowing. But the cone and the pomme souffle, it didn't make any sense. I think that's the bit I'm understanding with difficulty. But great job.
Thanks, chef.
You know, Nick, the cooking that's been achieved here is brilliant in a lot of ways. I love the play on deconstructing the remoulade sauce, but it's hard to integrate the cup. It seems a little bit superfluous.
Look, Nick, there's good news and there's bad news in this plate. Look, Nick, there's good news and there's bad news in this plate. The good news is you've executed diverse cookeries with precision. It's kind of like that yin and yang that I really love in my palate. You have the richness and sweetness from the crab, the super punchy acidity from the relish. And then I get to the bread tuile solo cup, which I had lots of doubts about. And I have to say that I don't agree with my associates because I think it's spot on. It totally fits with the dish, gives it another texture. It's perfectly executed and smart. Here's the bad news. Going forward, you're going to have to execute that level of cohesiveness and perfection on every other dish you do. So you set the bar this high.
There you go.
Thank you, Nick.
Next up is Dorian, please.
I feel confident about the scallops. I feel that sear on them is just like a penny. It's beautiful. So I feel good about this dish.
Dorian, please describe your dish.
What you have before you are seared scallops with corn, Swiss chard, and bacon with a cornmeal tuile. I've accompanied it with a sweet corn puree and pickled Swiss chard.
Visually, it looks beautiful. I love the sear. Was the idea to get the sear on one side or both sides?
They weren't that thick, so I didn't want to overcook them by searing them on both sides.
Shall we?
Yes, please.
Dorian, it's delicious. Let me tell you that. Here's the thing, it may look rustic and simple, but it does pack a punch. The corn element is delicious. Love what you've done with this crisp. I mean, it gives a really nice texture, super crunchy. The scallops are seared beautifully. You haven't done anything wrong. It's not the most difficult dish to pull off tonight, but I think you're trying to goad us in to what's coming next.
I think, you know, for me, a big high mark here is the fact that you're able to, in essence, integrate 3 different expressions of corn and celebrate that in a way that makes sense and that's true to you. I think it really speaks to who you are as a cook and where you've matured and where you've gone here on this competition.
Thank you.
So I think that all the individual components of this dish are very, very good to excellent. I really think that the corn is outstanding. My question is, for this finale, for the MasterChef trophy and everything you dreamed of, did you risk enough?
Yes.
We'll find out.
It's your heart on a plate. Great job. Thank you.
Okay, the next dish we want to taste is from Sarah.
Good job, Sarah. Good job, PR.
I know that I've taken a lot of risks in this dish, and hearing the feedback that Nick and Dorian got, I'm nervous about what the judges are going to have to say.
Okay, Sarah, can you please take us through this dish?
So I have today a braised octopus with a piquillo pepper puree, a chorizo ragu, and an assyrtiko chili vinaigrette.
Visually, it looks appetizing. It's inviting. It's the kind of thing that you want to eat on vacation. You braise the octopus.
Yes, chef.
And then you fried the octopus.
Yes, chef.
And why wouldn't you grill the octopus?
So I recently had octopus that was flash fried, and I thought it was amazing. So I wanted to share that technique with you guys.
Sure. And the octopus is super tender and really delicious. Here's the awkward bit about this dish. You went out of your way tonight to make a chorizo sausage within 60 minutes. That kind of sausage takes weeks and months to mature and to improve. So I'm not getting that spicy authenticity. Here's the other issue. When you've cooked something so beautiful as that, give me half of it. Let me beg for more. Don't OD me on your appetizer. But good job.
Thank you, Chef.
I'm gonna tell you what you've nailed perfectly, and for me, the amount of flavor that you were able to extract from the piquillo peppers, cooking them and let them be a focal point of your dish, I think is important.
Thank you, Chef.
The chorizo ambition didn't pay off for you. Let's talk about the octopus. You took an octopus and fried it. The sweetness reminded me of eating fried calamari. The good news is it tasted like probably the best fried calamari I ever ate in my life.
Yeah. There you go, Sarah. Well done, Sarah.
So you took a big risk, and it paid off.
Thank you, Jim. This is the biggest cook in the entire competition, and I'm disappointed in how the chorizo turned out. It needed to be absolute perfection.
It's a tough one.
Now I need to make sure that my entree and my dessert are all on point. Otherwise, I'm done.
One's rustic, one's like super avant-garde, and one's traditional, you know? So it's like, what are they looking for?
3 outstanding appetizers. A lot to think about. I can't wait to see what they're cooking for the entrees.
At Metro, the best deal in wireless just got better.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, well done. 3 stunning appetizers. But let me tell you, on the back of that tasting, it is still anybody's game.
Yes, Chef. It's time to get started on the entree course.
This course can make or break your menu. Dorian, give us an insight to what's following that incredible appetizer. The scallops, followed by?
Applewood smoked short rib with a potato horseradish gratin.
And why this particular main course?
Again, this was my mom's. She would always have a roast going low and slow on Sunday in the oven.
And can you braise in 60 minutes?
Yes.
Brave.
Yes.
Nick, how'd you follow that dynamic, exciting appetizer?
So my dish is called All Nighter. It's a steamed striped bass with a squid ink and celery root puree, and then a black truffle and white asparagus salad.
Glad to see you keeping it simple again.
Yes, Chef.
And what does that dish speak about you? What does it say?
It kind of reminds me of the late nights in the library back at school. I tried to replicate the flavor that you might get from the smell of an old book, and I'm painting that on the fish. And then I'm plating it on an old book, too.
Sorry?
On a book.
On a book?
Yes, Chef.
Wow.
Nick, you're a damn fool.
You're just something else, dude.
Good luck. Holy mackerel. Sarah, how do we follow that incredible appetizer?
So for my entree, I'm going to be doing an herb-crusted lamb with a spring vegetable fricassee, a fava bean puree, and a burgundy sauce.
Wow, that rings a bell because you came into this competition months ago and won an apron on that lamb.
I did, but I'm taking it to the next level based off of everything that I've learned from this competition.
Right. Remember, we want to see 3 stunning plates, 1 for each of us.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, are you all ready?
Yes, Chef.
Let's get 1 hour on the clock, please. All right, everyone, your time starts now.
Let's go.
Behind you, Sarah.
Through your MasterChef journey, you are putting together these skills that you need to win the MasterChef finale. So what these guys need to do is get out of their home-cooked ways and focus restaurant. They've got to bring in that mentality of, I am a chef.
Here comes Sarah.
Let's go, Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
1 dish down, 2 dishes to go. Who's your money on?
Well, you know, for me, it has to go with Sarah. I think Sarah's going to rebound from a couple mistakes she made with that octopus dish. I think she has a lot of resolve, a lot of resilience, and she's going to come back strong with this lamb dish.
She has to show us her evolution by doing the same dish again. Is the risk too big that it'll just fall short.
Go, Dorian, you got this.
Now, Dorian's dish, that smoked braised short rib.
In an hour.
In an hour. But get that right, guys, the showstopper.
On a technical level, can you really braise a short rib in an hour? Or is it a shortcut braise?
It's a shortcut braise, you're absolutely right.
Yes, it is. And you got to believe that Dorian wants to utilize that beautiful liquid that it's being cooked in, and that's going to take time to reduce.
Let's go, Mom. You got it. You got it, Mom.
Talk about jeopardy. Nick has created an expectation of this very narrative menu. How accountable do we hold him to this narrative versus the flavor of the dish?
The question to you, Joe, is who wants to taste an old book? Joe.
I don't think it's so literal.
Fascinating what Nick's doing now with that sea bass skin. He's removed it from the fish, and now he's going to put it onto trays, almost like something like the bacon of the sea.
Hey, sweetheart, you still got 50 minutes. 5-0. You're looking great. Sarah, that smells great. That smells really good.
Thank you.
Her short ribs aren't in yet? Are you kidding me?
Dorian's got to pull it together. She's running a little late.
Oh, my God. She's got to get it on, otherwise she's over.
She's just putting them in.
Yeah, but she should have had those in within, like, the first 5 minutes. Like, it's insane.
With AI, we can protect what we can't see.
It's not a
5 minutes to go, guys.
Go, Mom, go. Go, Mom, go. Go, Mom, go.
The atmosphere is like the Coliseum in Rome in here. It's awesome.
Push, push, push.
All right, Nick. You nailed the first course, at least in this narrative of telling your personal story. The bar is set super high. Are you feeling the pressure now of this all-nighter?
A little bit, yeah, but that's kind of what an all-nighter is, right?
My fear for you, Nick, is that your head is so into telling us the story. Is the food on the plate going to be tasty and delicious?
I wanted to tell the story, but I think I did a really good job at making sure that I never sacrificed taste.
So there's no compromise on flavor here. So you're feeling confident.
I think she's going to sear it and get it and then put it in the oven.
She's got 2 pans going right now, so.
Sarah,
Hi, Chef.
how we doing?
Good, Chef.
So you have an herb-crusted rack of lamb. There's a lot that can potentially go wrong. You have to nail the cook on the lamb because there is nowhere to hide. Do you feel confident you can do that?
I do, Chef.
Why?
I made this for my husband on his birthday when we were dating. And, well, he bought an engagement ring 3 months later, so I think he liked it.
I'm ready to bring this home to my family. I've been practicing nonstop.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Chef. And I'm confident with my ability to cook this really difficult protein and knock it out of the park at a perfect medium rare.
Okay, Dorian, so you said your mama cooks low and slow. You have 1 hour to braise.
I got 1
hour. A
hour.
lot of jeopardy.
Yep.
What are you doing to shortcut the braise? How do you do it?
I put the short ribs in the pressure cooker.
Right.
So that's going to definitely speed up the cooking process.
Do you think you can get the same kind of like depth of flavor you can get out of like a long 3-4 hour braise in a pressure cooker?
Yes.
You think that's a big risk to take during the
It
finale
is a
of
risk, but this
MasterChef?
is the finale. I just got to get it on a plate where you guys will be wowed by it.
Well, you
This
have
is my
to think,
wild dish.
Dorian, do you believe that what you're cooking is good enough to win this competition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good luck.
20 minutes, Dorian. Looking good, baby.
Right.
Looking good.
With Dorian's, I'm curious to see how she's going to plate it to make it look elegant. I can see it being a very, very rustic dish at best. Like, if I was in the finale, I wouldn't want to leave knowing that I left some skills or techniques on the table. I want to go and bring my full arsenal into each and every dish.
Halfway. 30 minutes to go. Oh, my God. Come on, guys.
Let's go, Nick.
Come on, Nick.
Okay, guys, in this moment, who has the advantage on the entree based on what you've seen and what you smell right now?
It's a tough call. Dorian looks the most composed. Nick still looks like he's trying to bring it all together. And Sarah hasn't even started on her wine sauce yet. If I was making a wine sauce with my lamb, I'd get that on at the beginning and allow the 6 minutes to reduce down to a proper intense flavor.
Yeah, I think Sarah has the most to get accomplished.
That's looking great, Sarah. Keep it up.
Thanks, Noah.
Dorian has the least to get accomplished, but Dorian has a lot that could potentially go wrong.
Her future is all in that pressure pot. I kind of like that. That takes a lot of confidence.
She can't afford to take that lid off that pressure cooker to check. So when would you take that off?
Oh, man, I would do 50 minutes, and then you have to leave sufficient time to reduce the braising liquid and skim any impurities and fats.
Beautiful, baby. Deep breath, baby. You got it. You got time. Looking great, sweetheart.
She'll hear your voice if she hears it.
Yeah. She's focused. She's super focused. She's in her element right now. She's looking great.
Guys, this is it. We're going to be crowning a Season 10 MasterChef tonight. And the winner will be coming out of the amateur world and then moving into the professional world.
Yep. We have to prepare them for what it's like to work at our restaurant.
Absolutely. We need a twist that will throw shockwaves through the entire MasterChef kitchen.
I told you, Season 10, it is the season of twists and surprises.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
We are training you to be professional chefs. We have pushed the boundaries out more than ever before, so you need to be ready. This is it, Season 10. So, there's a twist. Now,
I'd have a hard time
focus.
You need to change your pants.
Coming up, our finale continues
You need to stand up to every obstacle we throw at you.
as the talented home cooks battle it out for the MasterChef title.
Every detail counts. It all comes down to this.
I can't get this close and go home.
Restaurant quality, without a doubt.
I think I have the upper edge.
It could be a disaster, but it could be great.
Are they cooked?
America's next MasterChef is...
I'm on the pill.
Look at me. Stop the clock.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I told you, Season 10, it is the season of twists, so you need to be ready. After this entree course, one of you will be eliminated.
Oh, man.
All three of you focus on cooking us right now the best ever entree, because somebody will be leaving this finale before it's even through.
Wow.
Understood?
Yes, Chef.
Start the clock. Let's go. Come on.
You got this, Sarah.
If that doesn't light a fire under you, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Somebody's going home after this entree round. They got to kick it up another level. This could be the last dish they ever cook in this kitchen, and they just found out.
28 minutes.
Come on, baby.
Right, Nick.
Yes, Chef.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, Chef.
Sadly, after this, one of you will be going home.
Yes, Chef.
How does that sound?
That sounds great. I like pressure, Chef, so I think that helps fuel the fire.
Good luck.
Thanks, Chef.
Come on. Let's give it a go.
Looking great, Mom.
All right, Dorian, what do you have left to do?
I'm waiting on the meat and on my potatoes.
Then how are you going to present that?
Under these domes, and then I'm gonna take the smoker and smoke the whole plate.
A lot of it hinges on the success of these short
Yes, I'm praying to the pressure cooker gods that I don't go home before the dessert round.
Nice.
Hey, man. Stay on your game, Nick. Stay on your game. So, fascinating entrees. So Nick is really going all out on this one. He's steaming the bass. It's not a fish that steams well. It doesn't give it much flavor, does it? It's just sort of, it makes it even blander.
I would be worried about that if I were Nick.
Did he taste one of those pieces of fish? Taste it!
That's part of your sauce. You know how Joey's about raw wine.
Yeah. Right, young lady, how you feeling?
Good, Chef.
When we slice through that lamb, that needs to have rested.
Yes,
When
Chef.
are you taking it out of the oven? At what stage?
I'm taking it out right now, just a little bit before medium rare.
Wow, Sarah, look at that.
Looks amazing.
Look at that color.
Foil on top to protect the bones and slice at the very last moment, right?
Yes, Chef.
We're 12 minutes to go. Focus, okay?
Yes.
And good luck.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Sarah chose to do an herb-crusted lamb, and honestly, I think it's a bit safe. I just would have liked to see something new and fresh, which I think the other two are doing.
10 minutes to go. Last 10 minutes. Here we go. This is it. Dorian's turned off a pressure cooker. This is the moment of truth now.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Doing good, Mom.
Let's go, Mom. Let's go, Mom.
we go.
Yeah. She seems very pleased.
I like that, Dorian.
I want to eat Mommy's food.
Straight out of the pressure cooker into the saute pan, reducing the braising liquids. She's on fire.
So Nick's got his books out. Look at that.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
You gotta let that sauce cool down.
She needs to reduce that a lot more.
Yeah, she does.
It's marvelous.
6.5 minutes to go.
You know what the secret ingredient in Nick's dish is? A dash of madness.
Looking like you want to win, Mom.
Noah, who's got the edge?
Nick is on fire right now. Dorian's plate's looking magnificent. Sarah's pulling it together. It's a heck of a show.
Just under 3 minutes to go. Who's your money on?
If Nick pulls this off, I think it's unbeatable. I've never seen anything like this. Don't worry about the haters. You got it, baby.
If you're Dorian and Sarah right now watching Nick, what's going through your mind?
She's reducing down the burgundy sauce a little bit more.
I think Sarah's starting to panic a little bit.
She's obviously not happy, Sarah, with the consistency of the sauce. That's why it's still on her stove.
Hey, sweetheart, no worries. You got this.
Time.
A little over 2 minutes, baby.
God.
Come on, Sarah, let's go.
90 seconds to go. Come on.
He didn't let it smoke no time, man. Damn. He should have let it smoke to the last couple seconds.
Here we go, Nick.
The husband's concerned.
I'm concerned.
That was stunning, baby. Great job.
Woo! Yeah, that lamb looks good.
Look at Sarah. She's showboating her perfect medium rare.
Very unlike her, but I'd like to see that.
That is perfect.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good job. Good job. They're beautiful.
Well done. It's amazing how quick 60 minutes fly, right? Under pressure like that. And now it's time to taste those entrees.
The first entree that we'd like to taste from Dorian. Please bring your dish up.
Let's go, Dorian. Let's go, Dorian. Come on, Dorian. Heck yeah.
Now, what is the significance behind this preparation?
This is my rendition of my mom's roast, but just on a fun and elevated level.
Shall we?
Dorian, what have you made for us?
A applewood smoked short rib with a potato horseradish gratin.
I mean, it looks beautiful. I love the finesse. It looks like it could do with a touch more sauce.
I love when I can look at a dish and already understand what the flavors and textures are going to be in my palate, but it's less aesthetically pleasing than I'd like to see.
Dorian, it is absolutely delicious. The short rib is real melt in your mouth. The little baby radishes and the snow peas looked a bit foo-foo. Yeah, I want mushrooms, lardons, and more sauce. So don't get too posh on me.
People think of short ribs with deep, dark, rich flavors, and you were able to lighten it up by rallying behind the fava beans and the spring peas, and that's hard to do.
Thank you.
I love the very pungent, acidic potato gratin, the horseradish, and that sweet pea puree, but I find this yellow plate very unappealing. I wish that the aesthetic matched the simplicity and the elegance of the flavor of this dish.
Okay.
Thank you. Nick.
Looks textbook, Nick. Looks textbook, baby.
Best plating of all time.
All right, Nick, what have you created for us?
So my dish is called All Nighter. It's a steamed striped bass with a squid ink and celery root puree, and then a black truffle and white asparagus salad. And then over the fish, I've painted this Old Book flavor that is made of wheatgrass, bourbon, hickory, and a couple other small things.
And Nick, in 10 seasons, this has to be the most intriguing presentation ever.
From a conceptual aspect, you've raised the bar to the highest point it can be raised, and that puts you on a very high wire with no net.
And Nick, the fish is steamed beautifully. Let's get that absolutely clear. But I'm trying to get in between your ears at the moment because there's a lot going on here. It's very sweet and it's very smoky that leaves you questioning why so many elements to one piece of fish.
You know, Nick, I didn't think I was going to enjoy the squid ink puree as much as I was going to. But when it comes to the fish, that's underdone. Underdone by a lot. I think you can see that, right? It's a little disappointing. But everything else that you have on this dish, from the white asparagus to the melding of that mineral flavor from the squid ink is working. It's just a shame that some of the bass is not cooked right.
The skin is masterfully done.
Thank you, Joe.
The concept of trying to recreate a total experience, it is the highest form of cooking. What I need to really understand is if tonight you mastered this dish. Thank you.
Good job, Nick. Good job, Nick.
Joe, was your fish cooked?
Perfectly.
And yours, Rico?
Yeah.
All right.
Mine's cooked.
Well, I got the funky one.
Next up, Sarah, please, bring your entree. Thank you.
You got it, sweetheart. All right. Great job, sweetheart. Great job.
Sarah, please describe your dish.
So this is a herb-crusted rack of lamb with a spring vegetable fricassee, a fava bean puree, and a burgundy sauce.
Visually, the lamb's cooked perfectly. It's pink in the middle. It looks delicious.
Thank you.
I agree with Chef Gordon. This rack of lamb was cooked perfect.
Thank you.
The vegetables are beautiful. The crust is colorful. It could be front cover of a food magazine. The one point that I kind of, again, eating with my eyes, I look at those Tokyo turnips, and I'm saying to myself, are they cooked?
Wireless.
I look at those Tokyo turnips, and I'm saying to myself, are they cooked?
I hope so.
Shall we, gents? Sarah, the lamb's cooked beautifully. Let's get that right. It's like butter. This rack of lamb, okay, is the Premier League to what you came in with months ago. So congratulations on that. The disconnect for me is when you put a little fricassee of vegetables like this, it needs to be glazed, finished in like a minted butter. And so I just wish you spent more time mastering those vegetables.
I think you've done so many beautiful things here, but I think the sauce on the lamb is underdeveloped. I don't want it to be plain Jane. I want it to be memorable.
For me, these vegetables are al dente, and the seasoning or lack of sauce is really very, very courageous because what you're tasting is the actual vegetables. The question is, if that was your intention, did you get lucky? I'm not sure.
Baby. Great job.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, 3 outstanding entrees. All 3 of you, well done. But only 2 of you are going into the dessert round. Right now, we need a very serious moment to discuss. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. Oh, boy. 3 amazing entrees.
Indeed.
Dorian's, the braised short rib, the gratin, the horseradish. I wasn't a big fan of the fufu garnish, but the execution of that entree with the apple coke, I mean, if you said to me 3 months ago that Dorian would be presenting a short rib like that, I'd never believed you.
Yeah, the smoking did work. It added a certain complexity and sophistication to the dish.
For me, what Dorian did that was kind of remarkable was to lighten up a traditionally very hearty and rich preparation, which is a short rib.
I get the simplicity behind the appetizer now, leading on to that super rich entree.
Yeah.
So that pairing was good.
Right, well, the scallops were cooked perfectly. I just personally expected a little more.
I'm pulling out all my passion and all my want for this title. I can't get this close and go home.
Nick's entree for me was the best of the night. I think it was a triumph. I thought it was well executed, and I think that's as good of a plate of that level of complexity I've ever seen from a cook that young.
You know, I can't really rally behind Nick's dish because my bass was underdone, gravely underdone.
He undercooked one of the three.
It's good to see season 10 with youngsters at 22 years of age coming in and executing dishes like that. That part I absolutely love. But my palate's angry because do I want to taste a sea bass equivalent to an old book? No, I don't. It's so dangerous because he doesn't know where to say stop. Now add that bass to the beer pong. The crab was delicious.
The pomme souffle was salty and puffy and crunchy, and the crab was perfectly fried and seasoned.
I just think you take the combination of the relish, the crab. I mean, the pomme souffle had no business being there.
With all these dishes I'm making tonight, I'm trying to send the judges a message that sort of says, I'm new, I'm different, and I'm going to make things that no one's ever made before. And I like to think that these judges understand that to achieve greatness in food, you have to be crazy like this.
Sarah's lamb. That was a way better rack lamb than many months ago as you came into this competition.
As a single item that we tasted in these entrees, the lamb was the most perfect thing presented to us.
You have one side of her dish that was so spot on and so well executed, but the vegetables had nothing memorable about them. And that sauce was boring.
Yeah, let's combine that incredible appetizer with those octopus and chorizo sausage.
Her chorizo was the biggest technical error that we saw.
But you can't take away from how well she cooked that octopus and made you, Joe, of all people, a believer of frying octopus.
Yeah, likewise.
I know that I'm up against tough competitors, but Nick had an undercooked protein. And Dorian is really plating more like a home-style cook rather than a master chef. So I think based off of those things alone, I have the upper edge, and I deserve to be in this competition.
Gents, tough decision. Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sarah, Nick, Dorian, 3 incredible entrees. And before that, 3 incredible appetizers, but only 2 will move on. This was not an easy decision to make, but the person whose journey in the MasterChef kitchen ends here is Nick.
Oh.
Young man, you plate food with such maverickness. Tonight, the dish looked incredible, but unfortunately, one of the sea bass was undercooked. But young man, let me tell you, your dream does not end tonight.
I love you, man. You're the man, Nick.
I don't think I knew what I was getting myself into when I went to that audition. But I can't thank everyone enough. It's been amazing.
Nick, we've come to admire your out-of-the-box thinking when it comes to food. And I love the fact you had the huevos to go to your parents and say, I want to go and become a chef.
Thank you, Chef.
The biggest compliment I could pay you is that after 40 years of having eaten every type of cuisine, your style and your ambition rewoke a sense I had for super intellectual modernist style cuisine. The type of people who shoot for the top at everything they do is such an admirable, courageous, and rare quality in this world. It's a testament to you to have the courage to say that I want to play at the highest level in everything I do. That said, if you wanted to come and work in any of my restaurants, or if you wanted to come and hang out in Italy with me for a while and get back to the basics of food, take you under my wing.
Nick, it's been a pleasure. Please say goodbye to Sarah and Dorian and head upstairs.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
It's hard to get so close but not quite reach the goal. But this journey that I've had has been incredible. It's been one of the craziest, coolest experiences of my life. I'll never forget just all the memories that I had.
Right, Sarah, Dorian, congratulations on you two making it to the final cook-off. It all comes down to this final course, your dessert.
Dorian, what are you going to make?
A lemon blueberry tart, but it's not a traditional tart. Inside is going to be lemon pound cake, sweetened cream cheese with toasted meringue.
All right. Sarah, what dessert are you making?
A chocolate torte with a port wine ganache and a blackberry port reduction.
Okay, very good.
Sarah, Dorian, this has to be the best dessert of your entire lives, and that's the only item that stands between you becoming America's Next Master Chef. Are you two ready?
Yes, Chef.
Let's have 60 minutes on the clock.
Last cook in the kitchen.
The best of luck. Your time starts now. Let's go.
Hey, parents. Your kid.
I think it's important that everyone understand that it's not just the best dessert that decides the winner.
It's all about the story from the app, the entree, and that final course, the dessert.
That's right, baby. Zest those women. Nice technique.
Thanks for saying that. I came in strong as a baker, and they're looking for me to shine. The pressure is on me. So it's time to step out of the box.
That looks perfect, Dorian.
Y'all know it's only butter and sugar.
Does it need to be anything else?
Going into this dessert round, I'm definitely concerned about going up against Dorian. She's known as the dessert queen. I'm really going to have to show multiple techniques. I need perfection.
Slow and steady with that chocolate, Sarah. That's looking good.
Dorian.
Yes, Chef.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, Chef.
Tell me about this dessert, because it sounds like a newfound dessert. How did you come up with the idea?
I made it up.
Right.
I just took elements that I grew up with from my mom baking. I added some of me to it, and this is the dessert that I came up with.
How are you plating this?
I have a special plate.
Wow, that's beautiful. Whose hands are they?
They represent my mom's hand.
That's beautiful.
That's a cool plate. That's a cool plate.
Those are Mum's hands. Hands that give.
Yes.
The hands that serve.
Yes.
And the hands
that pop you on the
feed.
head.
That pop you on the head. I love that. Make it work, young lady, okay? Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She's with you, Dorian. Incoming, Sarah.
Sarah,
Hi,
is this I'm just curious, is this a flour?
It is.
You have a story with this dessert?
This is one of my husband and my favorite desserts to have at home. And since the theme of my menu is food and wine, the perfect ending to a tasting of wine would be with the port, and there's no more classic pairing than port and chocolate. So it seemed like the perfect dessert.
You know, the idea with chocolate, it's very rich, it's very decadent. Do you feel you have enough components on this dish to balance out?
Yes. I'm doing a lot of citrus elements in it, a little bit of orange zest, and then cinnamon, some vanilla.
So you're making a port reduction, right? Now, what is the big mistake we see all the time in the MasterChef kitchen?
Not cooking off all of the alcohol.
Do you have
so
a
I started
plan?
it early.
All right. Best of luck.
Thank you, Chef.
Ladies, halfway. 30 minutes gone, 30 minutes left. Come on.
You got it, baby. Let's go, Dorian!
So Dorian's dessert, it's a new concept of dessert, and she's taking two desserts, combining into one.
So it's a cake inside a tart.
That's right.
The dessert sounds a little bit confused to me.
Yeah, but I just love the idea that she's doing something new.
It might be a bigger risk than a contestant should take in the finale round of MasterChef.
Reducing nicely, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Good, yeah.
Sarah's doing a chocolate torte with a port wine reduction. The Jeff there, of course, is the chocolate.
When you start talking about ganache, you see butter, you see chocolate, you see port. All very dense items.
With dessert, it should be something that you can't resist. You want another spoonful. Is her dish too rich and too decadent?
We have exactly 15 minutes remaining. Come on.
Oh, Sarah's is beautiful.
Sherry, who's your money on?
My money's on Sarah.
Why?
First of all, chocolate. And second of all, I feel like it's a little bit more technical.
Nice, Sarah. That was beautiful.
Let's go, Dorian!
Jerome, minutes away from giving up your title.
My money is on Dorian, Chef. She's using all of those dope Southern flavors. I think she's gonna take it home.
Come on, everybody, it's postre time!
Sarah's twirls have just come out.
Love that.
So now's the most exciting moment. Everything comes out of the oven. We'll understand the quality of what we're going to eat.
What do you guys think?
I think the cake inside of a tart is weird.
Your little technique with the twirling off a hot platter.
That's a very high precision technique. Getting that right is not easy.
Look at the fascination now, putting those layers together.
This is so unorthodox, this technique.
Can anyone create a new dessert today? 5 minutes remaining. The trophy, the title, the experience in our kitchens, it all comes down to this. Come on. Now, Sarah's including that port wine across the chocolate torte. For me, it looks a little bit too liquidy, and it could bleed into that chocolate torte.
Going for the meringue.
Why not pipe that Italian meringue on?
Yeah, that would be certainly more professional. I think you're seeing the real home cook in her come out.
2 minutes. Here we go.
Sweetheart, you got this.
I think Sarah's gonna win.
Wow, look at Dorian now. Oh, my God.
This looks awesome.
Gotta be careful here not to burn it too much.
Sarah, she's putting the quenelle ganache over.
It all looks very heavy to me. Well, two opposite sides, because I think Dorian's dessert, to me, looks very light.
1 minute remaining, come on.
Come on, you guys, you can do it.
Stay focused, Sarah. Stay on your plate. Don't worry about her.
She shouldn't have finished that early. I would have spent more time on the meringue, make sure the spikes are perfect. Like, there's so many things that she could have done.
Come on, Sarah.
Come on, Sarah.
Gentlemen, that looks like a big amount of salt on Sarah's dish.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's the hand in the air!
Good job. That's nice.
Amazing. That's a winning dish.
That was really good.
So good.
I'm just hoping and praying that everything goes the way that I feel like it's supposed to. I feel like I'm supposed to win this thing for my family.
I stepped out on faith, and I took a chance on myself, and it got me into the finale of MasterChef. So I'm just ready for the confetti to fall.
Introducing Team Incredible 60 Minutes and your final plate. Now, it's time for our final tasting. Gents.
Moment of truth.
Right, Dorian, please present your dessert. Thank you.
We got it, Dorian. I do love this plate idea.
Thank you. Dorian, describe your dessert, please.
It is a lemon blueberry tart with toasted meringue with a cream cheese filling, blueberries, and a pecan crust. But when you cut into it, you're not going to get that traditional custard. You're going to get a nice, fluffy pound cake.
Can you give us an insight to the plating and why, please?
My mom passed away 2 years ago, and these are her hands. This plate is my way of bringing her into the kitchen.
It's okay, D.
Take your time.
Got you, D.
If she were here today, she would be so happy that I took a chance on myself and that I actually listened to her for once.
So visually, it looks beautiful. It's appetizing because it's like the hands that feast. It looks enticing. But what's it called? Because you've compiled 2 desserts into one. What was Mum's first name?
Phyllis.
So it's a Phyllis tart.
Thank you.
So, shall we, gents?
All right, so I'm gonna give it a cut, and then we can really get to the inside. So let's take a good look at what we have in here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There's a lot of action going on in here. I'm hoping that it all works together.
Dorian, capital D for me, delicious. I mean, really delicious. The blueberries with the acidity, delicious. The cream cheese, the frosting, amazing. You've tackled one of the most difficult meringues on the planet. It needs a touch more momentum so it doesn't drop so quick. My only regret is that Phyllis wasn't sat next to me tasting this thing. Congratulations. Amazing.
The fact that you chose this epic moment to be able to try something that's new and uncharted, I think says so much about your journey. I just wish it was tempered down with the sweetness just a bit.
Thank you.
So, Dorian, every time I eat some of your food, I feel like I get to know you better.
Thank you.
And that's an amazing talent to be able to communicate through your food like that. It's what we asked for here. Tell your story on a plate. That being said, we are in the finale of the 10th season, and there are contestants like the one standing behind you that are bringing perhaps a more restaurant-type presentation to their dishes. So the question in my mind is perhaps one of the best homemade desserts that I ever ate in my life. Is that enough to win the 10th season of MasterChef? Thank you, Dorian.
Please, Miss Sarah, can you bring down your dessert?
Well, Sarah, stunning work.
Sarah, can you please describe your dish?
I have a chocolate torte with a orange zest ganache, a cocoa nib twill, and a blackberry port reduction.
Visually looks beautiful. I mean, I love the chocolate ganache, the sheen. Love what you've done with the twill. Restaurant quality, without a doubt.
Now, with this amount of decadent chocolate, do you feel that it's going to be balanced enough?
I do. So I finished the ganache off with some maldon, as well as the orange zest in the ganache.
Good girl.
Shall we?
Yes.
Sarah, absolutely delicious. Love it. It's dense, it's rich. There's only one from a chocolate dessert. And the actual flourless cake is actually quite light, way lighter than I expected. But I would have preferred just a little bit more gooey in the sides, like an erupting volcano of lava and chocolate. Good job.
Sarah, if you're a chocolate lover and you get this dish right here, you're in pure heaven. It is so rich and so over the top. But, you know, for me, this cream, it needs something to lighten it up. Because there's so much density in the actual cake itself, it's delicious, but I don't know if I want to keep going back to it.
I don't entirely agree. I am very, very pleasantly surprised that it is very well balanced. It's something I would eat the whole portion of. The blackberry port sauce is excellent. The port is rendered properly, no alcohol, just all the sweetness of the wine. Now, I know each of us have a dessert like this in our restaurant. The question is this cake ready for one of my restaurants? What do you think about that?
Great job, Sarah.
Sarah, Dorian, let me tell you, those desserts were absolutely incredible. The three of us are about to make the toughest decision of this season. Please excuse us. Wow. What
an incredible cook-off.
Yep, lots of process there.
It's a competition in search of the best amateurs across the country. 2 great finalists.
Dorian's menu?
Dorian came in with those pan-seared scallops. The shellfish played to her DNA.
She executed the cook on the scallops, which, as we know, is very difficult to do perfectly. It didn't really come together like a restaurant dish. It looked like home-cooked food, but it was delicious home-cooked food.
That short rib screamed her. Remember me through my flavor, not through my presentation.
Beautifully done. A little something denser, more hearty in your entree.
Yeah. And she put together a dessert I've never seen before. I didn't think it was going to work. Cutting through that, it was incredible.
The best thing I like about that dessert is that it was honest, and it was her.
Her menu best spoke to her, taking low country cuisine and elevating it with better ingredients, modern technique, and creating this new Southern style of cooking. And I can see Dorian being a leader in that in the future.
Sarah's first off, the octopus. Way too heavy to start. The chorizo did not work at all.
You take away the chorizo on Sarah's appetizer dish, what are you left with? Something that's pretty flawless, right?
The octopus was delicious, right? It was just overload. Then went on to the heavy lamb.
I think the single best thing I ate tonight was her rack of lamb.
Yeah.
Professionally cooked, perfectly executed.
Herb crust, pink, delicious, succulent, everything you could want from a lamb. Vegetables a little bit lackluster.
They were safe.
Yeah. It's a little bit confusing and simple. Sarah's dessert was trying to recreate a restaurant dessert.
Yeah.
It was a very good interpretation of a flourless chocolate cake, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, but it was heavy, rich. It needed relief.
Now, Sarah's menu?
I think she just picked her greatest hits, things that she's seen that are very popular, and then tried to fit them in this mold of a menu.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You're absolutely right.
But in Sarah's defense, playing to her ambition of restaurant-style food, she went with a wine pairing theme, and I think she was successful.
Guys, think of it this way. We're about to give away $250,000, the MasterChef trophy, and most importantly, a chance to train in all 3 of our restaurants. Who do you trust in our kitchens, Aram?
I know who it is.
It's clear to me.
Then we're all in agreement.
The Honda HR-V is perfect for your typical day. Because it's been designed for your less typical ones, too. So it's ready for just about anything. The Honda HR-V, with available real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system. Get a great deal on the HR-V, part of U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand.
We're pretty different.
We're all unique in our own ways.
Somos muy diferentes.
Verizon knows everyone in your family is different.
There are so many of us doing so many different things.
That's why Verizon lets everyone mix and match different unlimited plans.
Crash is the gamer.
So everyone gets what they need without paying for things they don't.
The plan is so reasonable, they could stay on for the rest of their
Oh,
lives.
did you get that on camera?
Switch now to Verizon. New.
Good job, ladies.
I've had to fight for everything in my life, and I've fought my way here. You know, I'm 45. Let me be an example that it is absolutely never too late to conquer those dreams that you've had. I need this win, and my family needs this win.
Waiting for this final decision, it's everything that I've worked for. I came out of a career in the military, and this feels like it's the first thing that I'm doing for me. But at the same time, I want to prove to my kids that it's okay to follow their hearts and do whatever they want to do in life.
Sarah, Dorian, you both arrived many months ago as 2 talented, humble amateur cooks. And for getting to this point, both of you are going to receive the most amazing Viking kitchen. Congratulations, both of you, well deserved. But only one of you can take home all the prizes.
There's a check for $250,000 right here.
And then, of course, there is the most coveted trophy in the entire culinary world.
And then, on top of that, for the first time ever, the training in our restaurants. Let me tell you, this wasn't an easy decision because it came down to the finest of details. But in our world, especially across season 10, every detail counts. There are two of you, but only one is about to be named the best amateur cook in this entire country. Will it be Dorian? Or will it be Sarah? That person, America's next Master Chef. Congratulations goes to... Dorian!
I can't even put words to how I'm feeling right now because I wanted this so bad.
Dorian, come here. Come on. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Go ahead, Dorian.
Congratulations. Well done.
This is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, our MasterChef winner, Dorian.
Oh, my God.
So proud. I was so proud of you.
This trophy validates all the hard work and all the sacrifices that I made. And, Mom, we did it. We did it. Mom, we did it. It was a close competition, but, you know, Dorian pulled it through. So I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy for her family. You did a great job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Here we go, brother. Yeah. We did it, buddy.
How good was Mummy? She was fantastic. Well done, darling. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Yes? Mummy's the champ, right?
Oh, my gosh.
She won. Yes.
Oh, my God.